Okay, so let's talk ability and equipment cards now. First of all, you're probably asking yourself, where do I start with these? Okay, well, all your ability and equipment cards originally start in what we call a vendor deck. And in that deck, they sit there waiting for you to purchase them. Now, in the bottom left-hand corner of all the cards, you can see that there's a buying price and a selling price. Now, at any point in time you find yourself in a town, you can purchase these ability and equipment cards for their buying price. And vice versa, if you, let's just say, wanted to get rid of some of these abilities or these equipment items, you can sell them off to the vendor for their selling price. And if you're wondering about the gold, each hero starts off with 15 gold. And as you slay more monsters and do quests, you'll receive more and more gold to purchase stronger equipment cards and ability cards. So let's now talk about the differences between ability cards and equipment cards, because there's some pretty big differences between the two. So first of all, let's talk about equipment cards. One of the major differences with equipment cards is that you can have multiple of the same equipment in your equipment slot zone. So if you wanted multiple health potions, you can have that. And inversely with ability cards, you can only have one fireball ability because it just wouldn't make sense for you to know fireball twice. It's based off of your knowledge and how much you can learn and understand. Now if we direct our gaze to the bottom right hand corner of the illustrations on the equipment cards, you can see things like one-hander, two-hander, normal item, and small items. This all pertains to how you carry the item. So if it's a two-handed weapon, it requires two hands for your character to hold on to this. If it's a one-handed weapon, it requires just one hand. Now, as far as normal items and small items, normal items are things that you'll have equipped to your character, but not necessarily be holding on to them with your hands. You're carrying them like a piece of armor or a bag. And if it's a small item, well, this means it's easier to carry. So if you have a heavy bag, you can actually carry two small items in one equipment slot. Now the last thing we want to talk about with equipment cards is that what weapons do you actually have active at a time? And what I mean by active is which one are you actually using to attack with? Because you can have a weapon in your inventory and not be actively using it, like it'd be holstered to your back or something. Now to tell which weapon is active, we say that the closest weapon that's placed to the hero card is the active weapon, and all other weapons are inactive, meaning you can't attack with that weapon or gain any of its benefits. Now, during combat, you can use your secondary actions to switch your weapons. However, if you want to switch your armor or shields, that will take a primary action. Now, lastly, let's take a look at ability cards. In the same spot as before, the bottom right-hand corner of the illustrations, you'll see things like targeting or continuous, trigger, activate, and you might see the additional word of fast. Now, they're all pretty self-explanatory. Targeting means, well, you need a target or targets to activate this ability. Continuous means it's an ongoing effect where you continually receive the benefits of having that ability. Trigger means something has to cause that ability to activate. So there's a requirement that has to be met before the ability activates. And activate means you can activate this ability on your turn. Now we also covered this in the combat tutorial, but if the ability card in the corner also says fast, in addition, this means it can happen on your enemy's turn. So if you want to know more about the attacking and healing process of the cards, you can look up the combat tutorial or ask any other question you might have up on our forums. And thanks for watching.